2 opportunities to gather in retreat this year. Portugal, the first week of September, and Thailand, the first week of December. Both of these are going to be exploration through yoga, through embodied movement, through mythology, community, land, and ecosomatics. They have their own flavor. I'm working with some beautiful co-facilitators. You can check both of those out in the links below. Hello and welcome to your practice. Today I have a short seated flow for you, and just really thinking and feeling a lot in my own life, and I know in others as well recently in this season. Things have been hard. Things have been hard for many of us, and you know, when it hurts, we have to move, and sometimes that doesn't feel accessible. I've been in many moments of my last few months where it's like, oh, I feel like I need to do something. It was just so hard for me to access the practices that I feel like I needed, that were easy for me to get to on some days. And I think having this grand idea of, you know, what we should do is never very helpful. But I do think it's important that when it hurts, we move. That it's not just in the head that we can, you know, shift and sift the energy through the body. So my hope is that this is something that feels accessible, even when you're kind of in that frozen or functional frozen state, or the anxiety or the rumination, that this can be something short and, you know, simple, but still get some things moving through the body, because again, when it hurts, we really need to move. So go ahead and take a seat and bring whatever is with you here. I think I often feel like I need to show up in a certain way, and the reminder is that we show up with what we are. We like come to the altar of our practice all the time with just what we have, and what we have is enough. You can close your eyes or let them be heavy, and maybe you find stillness, and maybe that's not comfortable. I tend to sway. I tend to need to have a little bit of movement. So if you would like to sway, or if you would like to sit, and I'd like you just to notice your breath, and you don't need to fix or manage it or breathe any certain way. Just notice the breath and trace it in and out. Trace it in and out. A few rounds like that in stillness or in sway. And this helps just to kind of drip that mental tracking in the mind of what's happening or what's not happening that you wish was or was not. And just bring the attention to the body, bring the attention to the breath. And we're not trying to bypass the emotion that's there, whether it's anger or anxiety, but sometimes we just need a little bit of a pause long enough to kind of let things take a new shape. And one more tracing of the inhale. And letting it come all the way out. And bring the hands to the thighs. Eyes can stay closed if you want. And begin to take some gentle spinal circles. And they can be tiny, incremental, or you can let them be pretty gooey and wiggly. And just imagining that you're kind of swirling the cocktail of what's been happening in your life, your unique cocktail of humanness right now in this phase, and remembering that it's all coming and passing all the time. It's rising and falling and gathering and condensing, and things come and things pass, for better or for worse. And we're all living under that umbrella, that rule of life, of the constant shift and flux. And can we move with it? Maybe for a moment the arms lift and you bring that movement a little bit bigger, and just kind of like you're swaying in the wind, or like you're a scarf in water. Maybe one of those like rice or wheat in the wind, or a scarf in water. Doesn't matter what it looks like. just feeling the body move, just getting a little bit of movement in the body. You can roll the head. Yeah. Maybe finding a few little nooks and crannies. The side ribs, side of the neck. And a couple more rounds of breath. And then coming to center. We'll come into Hakini Mudra, and it's all fingers touching and separation in between the palms. And I like to think of this mudra as like all parts welcome. And this being like the spaciousness, the capacity of like, I have space for this. We don't gotta like it, we don't gotta love it, but can we be with what's here? It is not always easy, and it asks us to, be forged and to be tempered. And can we be present with what's here so that we can move through it? And we'll begin to move this mudra, and we'll move from Hakini Mudra into Padma, Lotus Mudra. So then you just really reverse it, and the palms come together and the fingers go wide. And this is Lotus Mudra, growing through the muck, baby. Been growing through some pretty fertile soil recently. So we'll move in between these two. So Hakini Mudra, you can bring the thumbs to the heart and you can kind of curl in. So we'll bring some cat-cow in the spine. And then on an inhale, open into Padma Mudra. And maybe lift the arms a little bit, open the throat, lift the gaze. And then down and curl in. And maybe you feel one of these shapes and the body feels more familiar. And then open, lift the gaze, lift the throat. And move in between these two shapes. And it can be really nice, especially when we're in our head, we tend to kind of hunch and go in. So just to lift the gaze and lift the throat, open the throat, can be just a really nice somatic movement there to remember the clouds, the birds, a different perspective. And you can begin to lift the arms a little bit more if you'd like on an inhale. We'll eventually grow it all the way high, but move with your own breath. Move with your own style here. But a couple more times. Then we'll come all the way up. Yeah, this time reach all the way up. Grow the lotus all the way up and just hold here for a moment. Root down through your sit bone and anything that's touching the ground. Maybe you can imagine like tendrilic roots going down, down, down and anchoring into the earth. The earth can hold whatever is happening. Oh, we forget that resource. I forget that resource. And then let that bloom of you travel up the spine, open throat, all the way up. Yeah. Beyond you, beyond the fingers. And then interlace the hands, take it behind the head and then lean back into your hands. This has been really nice for me recently. And I like to take it not just on the neck, but kind of in the occiput. So it cradles the head. It's like where the base of the skull. And just feeling that support. When I'm in anxiety, which I've been traveling through all kinds of emotions, but a lot of anxiety, I feel like I'm leaning forward into my body, like I'm leaning forward into my life a lot. So just the somatic of leaning back. So leaning back into the support and the web and the net of your hands. And then from here, you can stay right here and you think about the front of the heart, even leaning back into the back of the heart. So really igniting back body here, like you're leaning into a cushion of space, cushion and spacious support. And begin to lean to one side and you'll take some big spirals and just kind of rock side to side, or maybe you'll find a figure 8, your choice. And do a few to one side and a few to the other. No prescriptive movement here, just suggestions of shapes, and then you fill in the blank. You can add on or take creative liberty. And then come back to center and then lean back again into the support. And just kind of map that. Leaning back into the hands, leaning into the back of the heart. The back of the heart. Oh, the heart is so round and wide, and it's not just about love and compassion. It's also about, yeah, grief. Yeah, it's about, challenge, how much our heart can hold. And if we only stay, in one part of the up, 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 the heart can hold and is wide and it's deep, and they all relate to each other. The grief is the love is the grief. Just remembering the width and the depth of the heart. They inform one another. All right, let's twist to the right. Twist to the right. Release the hands, left hand to the knee, right hand behind. Fingertips grow down. Roll the shoulders back. Open the front of the heart and let the back of the heart support the front of the heart, like the scapula, like lifting the heart like a little altar. Maybe right ear goes to right shoulder, and breathe into the left side of the neck. Big breath, and you can drop the left shoulder as if you get really wide from the left shoulder to the left ear. Yeah. Maybe gentle tugs or moves with the chin can bring some more sensation. And then leave the left hand where it is, bring the right arm over and take the chin to the chest, and then now really highlight the back of the heart. Can you feel the back of the heart, like if you were a dolphin where your blowhole would be? I love that cue. And breathe into the back of the heart. Yeah, can hold deep love here. Grief is love. And then slowly come up. The arms are crossed, so you can take eagle arms. Backs of the hands or fronts of the hands can touch. We'll just move through some cat-cow here at your own pace. Just undulate the spine. Imagine the spine as, like this garland of pearls, and you're just kind of breathing between each pearl, getting a little bit of space between each. Slowly unwind the arms, cactus the arms, really wide, suction through the palms. Again, back of the heart supports the front of the heart. Maybe lean back a little bit, open throat. Yeah. And bring the hands back to Hakini Mudra. Curl down just 3 times here. Inhale, Padma Mudra, whatever height you'd like. Exhale, center Hakini. Twice more with your breath. Inhale, Lotus Mudra, grow it all the way up. Just full round of breath. Interlace the hands, take them behind the head. Lean back, full round of breath. Twist to the left. Take a pause here, roll the shoulders back. Trace an inhale and an exhale. And the right hand stays where it is. Left hand goes to the right, chin to chest. And breathe in the back of the heart. A well-rounded, all-inclusive heart that can hold the joy and the sorrow. And it doesn't need to bypass the pain, but it's wide enough for all of it. And then lift up, eagle the arms, and you know where we're headed 3 or 4 times with your breath. And breathing through the pearls of the vertebrae of the spine. Open up, cactus the arms, suction through the palms, open throat. And then hands, Hakini Mudra. Curl in 3 times. Inhale, rise. And let's do some sound on the out breath. Inhale. Whoosh. Once more. Padma Mudra all the way up. Inhale. And then exhale, hands behind the head. Lean back. Lean back. Slowly let the hands drip into the lap. Let's take soles of the feet together. Let's take a forward fold here. Soles of the feet together. And just bow forward. Maybe you come onto elbows and the head comes in the hands. You can take a pillow or a block or just the hands wide and drip the head. Your choice, wherever you'd like to be. Stillness or sway. I am pro wiggle. So choose where you'd like to be. Just a reminder, like, for me, and maybe this resonates with you, is that I feel like when things are hard, there's something wrong. And actually, when things are hard and it hurts and the anxiety is there, the pain is there, whatever is there, it's like that is a regulated response often to a situation. This is Albus, by the way. So it's not that there's something wrong. A hard emotion doesn't mean there's something wrong. It means that you're feeling, and we're meant to feel the wide spectrum of emotion as life changes and does its thing. We should fluctuate. Anger has a place. Sadness, grief, anxiety, all of it intelligent. And the more that we can get wide enough to feel it all and to let it move through, it's when we like grab a hold and get stuck in places that it starts to fester. And can we get wide enough to let it move through? A few more rounds of breath. And slowly come back up. Whew. Take the feet wide. Lean back, and we're just going to windshield wiper side to side, just getting some movement in the hips. Sweet Albus. A little movement in the hips. I like to flex the feet and kind of push the heels down. Whoosh. Coming back to center. Hi, sweetie. Let's just do a shake through the body. So just take the hands. Take the hands, and you can shake the whole body, or you can just shake the hands. Maybe you lift them up and just get a full vibration in the system. And we're always vibrating. We always have this moving through us. In Tantra, they call it spanda. It's the pulse that goes through everything. We're just giving it more of a voice. Maybe some sharp exhales. Letting things move. Not to move them out, but to let them have expression. Or maybe you need a growl or a groan. A couple more. And palms up, soft in the lap. And feel what you feel. We're not getting rid of, we're not bypassing, we're letting things complete, we're letting things express, we're letting things have space. Our emotions deserve that, we deserve that. I hope that something in this practice has supported you. Yeah, sometimes it's bit by bit, day by day, breath by breath. Let's bring the hands together, Hakini Mudra. One last time. All parts welcome, getting wide enough to encompass it all. Life's baby. And how can we make space for it? Thumbs to the third eye. Open the throat one more time. Head tilts up, chin up. And then exhale, pour forward and thanks. And thanks and gratitude for that in which you have thanks. And gratitude for maybe the forehead kisses the earth. Remembering that support. Ha! 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 Thank you. Yeah, thanks for your time and your presence, and sending you ease, little bits of ease amongst, however life is lifing for you. Very lucky for these practices. even when we can just get the little micro moments of practices, you know, it really shifts things. I'm forever grateful, and we practice on the good days so that we can remember just the breadcrumbs of it on the hard ones. So, yeah, thank you.